And
the
main event, the angel versus the demon. I mean,
are you aware of any of the discussions regarding the ownership or the IP for Creator Clash?
Idubbbz I would not want to be stuck on an island with for a lot of reasons. I got my prostate milked by Ethan Klein, H3.
And the favorites here on the Alex Fiction channel love Sabra. Hello everyone and welcome back to H3Y. Today I have a very special guest today, Nathan Barnatt. Nathan, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Nathan Barnatt. Welcome to my face.
Very good. For those who aren't familiar with who you are, tell me a little bit about yourself.
I guess as far as the internet goes, I am a guy who's been on here since day one, YouTube, 2005. I do a lot of characters, physical comedy. The most recent character is known as Dad, and Dad has a whole separate YouTube channel. But now I, as Nathan, sort of am known around the internet as Dad in general. And that was because of the first boxing match I did. I went by the Dad character, knowing it would be more memorable as like a word and a name, and people would just think, "Oh, Dad," and I look like a dad. I'm in my 40s, so now Dad has sort of morphed from a weird character with a weird storyline in music videos that wears a shirt and tie, and now just everything Nathan does is Dad. So that's pretty much me.
Right on. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
I
no
also
problem.
thought it was crazy that what you said is true. You have been around since the inception of YouTube. Like, how did you even figure out about YouTube, and how did you decide you wanted to start uploading videos?
Well, I heard about it right away because I was using other websites before there was YouTube uploading videos, and before that I was just putting things on VHS tapes and then on DVDs. I was always filming sketches and stuff since like high school. I also had a cable access show in high school with my friends in the mid 90s till I graduated in 99. So I've always been filming, and then when YouTube came around I was like, oh, this is the new video website. All right, I put stuff on Atom Films is one of the sites I remembered using, and they were E-Bombs World, stuff like that. And then YouTube came around and it just dumped everything there. Took stuff off the DVDs and put them on there. So yeah, I've been at this a little too long.
Do you remember the first YouTube video you ever saw?
The first YouTube video, I was gonna say that's a lie. I was about to lie to you because I was gonna say it was my friend's video, but that was what we saw YouTube. Then we both started uploading. He loaded his video first. Tony vs. Paul is a video I think everyone should look up. It's a stop motion video they made. That's my friend, one of my closest friends, and he and I uploading stuff together. But I don't think I remember the first video. It was something random, I'm sure. Someone talked, I don't even know. But I remember there was Lisa Nova who started Maker Studios, and I used to watch her stuff in the very beginning. I don't know what the first thing was, though. But I'll tell you what, in 2006, I had my first viral video, one of my very first uploads. It's just me bouncing on a pogo stick, and it had 300-something thousand views in 2006.
That's
nuts. It was like the front page of YouTube had like 5 things, and my video was one of them. It was there for like a week, so that
so cool.
Instantly started my whole thing off right away. But yeah, I don't remember the first video. Do you remember
300,000 back then? Yeah, my first video. Well, 300,000 back then is like 10 million today.
Exactly. It was pretty insane. I was like, oh my god! Instantly, I had an audience.
That's so cool.
Then they all went away. Now they're dead subscribers at this point. So
my first YouTube video was a music video by Weird Al Yankovic, White and Nerdy, and we had like the shittiest internet. It took about 2 hours to watch the whole thing, but we laughed our ass off every second and played.
Wow, yeah, the buffering, just waiting.
All right, so let me break down the interview. Let me give you the breakdown for this interview. We have some icebreaker questions. These are questions I ask every guest. Then we have some fan-submitted questions. Then I have some dad-specific questions, and we have several activities that we'll have fun with. So, first icebreaker question. Do you have any ghost stories?
Yes, I do. But it'll take me a while to tell them. And I also rant and ramble, and I go on too long.
Give me the best one you got.
I'll give you one. Here's something I said this morning on LolCow, the LolCow network. I told the story about my mom and dad when they went to the Wayside Inn, which is a haunted place in New England. It's an old hotel from like 1800s. And I think it's the oldest currently running hotel in America, like consistently running hotel in America, or inn. Anyway, the ghost grabbed my dad's legs in the middle of this, and I woke him up. My dad is not a believer. He believes in ghosts, I think, but doesn't like really lean into that. He's not that kind of guy. And so he was like, it was crazy. I don't know what it was. Something grabbed my thighs, hands ran down his thighs, and then he and my mom heard 2 women walking up the stairs. It's a super old hotel, only 2 rooms at the top of the stairs. You get to the top of the stairs, and it's like a door here, door here. There's nowhere to like hang out. Really old, steep stairs, super creaky. 2 voices walking up the stairs, 2 women talking. They go away, and my parents are like, oh, the people in the other rooms stayed up late. It was another older couple like them. They saw them in the morning and said, hey, we heard you guys come in late. And they said, oh, we heard you guys come in late. They're like, oh, we were in bed. And the other couple was like, we were in bed. And then all 4 of them were like, whoa, wait, that was none of you? We all heard it. We all heard 2 women walking up the stairs and talking, and then just stopped. After my dad got his legs grabbed, they were like, okay, this place is super haunted. It's called the Wayside Inn in New England, Massachusetts. So yeah, that's my quickest story. And then another time I was with my girlfriend in my house. This is actually for me. Sorry, I'm going on and on here. I told you I ramble. I guess I was like, maybe I should tell one about me. I was in my room in Milford where my parents live, and my girlfriend was sleeping over in the room, and suddenly the doorknob jiggled like really fast, like someone grabbed it. It was like shaking the doorknob. I thought it was my brother. I opened the door right away because I was laying on the floor. I wasn't allowed to sleep in the bed with my girlfriend at that point at 20 years old. So I jumped up and I opened the door, and there was no one there. And I would have heard if someone came up the stairs, because our house is also very old and you can hear everything like through the walls, through the doors. There was nowhere for anyone to go and hide and do that. We would have just seen them. So when that happened, my girlfriend was like, what was that? I was like, it was probably the ghost. I don't know.
So she heard it too.
No, she heard it too, both of us. The doorknob 100% just jiggled like someone grabbed it. And it was weird. We're like, what? I thought it was my brother Seth, who was currently sleeping at his girlfriend's house. We thought he came home and was trying to prank us. Turns out there was no one there. My parents would sleep downstairs. I could hear them snoring. And we just had no explanation for it. So then I started talking to the ghost. My girlfriend at the time was like, no, stop. Don't talk to the ghost. I was like, oh, I want him to show up. I want him to do more things. Because I loved when the ghost did stuff. So, yeah, there was many times up and down, foot going up and down the stairs all the time. We're all home. We're all like, what the heck? We're all in the kitchen, feet just running up and down the stairs. Like there's no one there.
You weren't scared?
No, it was because at first when it's happening, you don't know to get scared. Because you're like, wait, who the heck did that? And then you realize, wait, we're all here. Cat? No, not the cat. And you're trying to go through the ideas of what it is logically, and then when you realize it is probably a ghost, that it's already too late to be scared. You're like, oh, that's just weird. So it never like got like scary. It was always just kind of cool. And a lot of times stuff was during the day, so it wasn't like spooky, you know. But yeah, I love ghost stuff. So yeah, there you go. There's a couple stories.
Very interesting. Thank you very much for sharing.
Yeah.
So you're a hardcore believer then?
I'm skeptical, but I also like stuff is just so weird. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know the hot stand, which could be interpreted as a ghost or whatever we consider a ghost.
Right.
It could be science. It could be just energy and the way energy works. And when you pass on, yes, you do go to another realm of existence. We don't know yet. We're basically monkeys, and maybe you turn into electricity, and electricity in the air affects things, and we think it's a ghost because we think of it as like a invisible person, but it's more. Maybe there is an actual valid scientific explanation, but since our brains can't comprehend that science, we just say something fantastic like a ghost, you know?
Yeah, it's very possible for sure.
I don't know. I think ghosts are science. That's what I should say.
It could be. Like you said, we just don't have the information.
Yeah. Like Wi-Fi would have blown someone's mind in 1800. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a TV. Like, what do you mean? This is a window. This is like the demon window we're looking at. Like, how can you see someone in here? How do you trap them in here? So, like, maybe we just don't understand. Right
on. I have a ghost story to share with you. Have you heard it before?
No, please tell me.
Let's hear it. It's funny because, like I said, I asked this question to every guest, and I've told this story every episode. So it's a bit of a meme for me to actually say the ghost story again. So here you go.
Good.
So this takes place around 6 p.m. I'm in my early 20s. I believe I'm a sophomore in college. And at the time, I was very into the whole gothic aesthetic. So I had like pentagrams, you know, as a satanic Bible just for the aesthetic on an altar table, stuff like that. So one day I'm working at my computer, probably doing some homework or something. Then I heard the table with the pentagram cloth creaking back and forth. So I thought, oh, what's going on? Is there an earthquake, or is there like did an animal get inside the room or something? So I go over to investigate. As I step closer to the table, my whole body goes cold, and I see my wallet that was sitting in the middle of the table instantaneously move towards me about 2 feet, and then I run out the room.
Shut up. That's
100%
like activity.
real. Yeah.
That's insane. Where was this? Where were you located at the time?
I'm in the same room that I am now. It was just my normal bedroom.
I don't know if you want to give your state away, a state in the country you're in.
I
like
am in LA County.
Oh, okay. Wow. Is it an old house?
No, in fact, this is an accessory dwelling unit. We just built this place 8 years ago. Yeah.
Wow. I was gonna say, because like my excuse is always like, oh, we live in a 300-year-old house in New England. You know, it's super old, and it's like so you just kind of think, oh, ghosts would happen. But yeah, L.A. I guess things are pretty old now in L.A. It's getting there. So you couldn't know if anyone died in your house before you guys were there.
I was super freaked out, and I did extensive research. Nothing interesting has happened here.
Wow. Wow, now it's beginning. You're the first one. My mom did research too. Excuse me. She talked to the people who lived in the house before us, and they also had crazy stuff happen to them. So it like backed up what was happening to us all the time.
Stuff happened to me a lot when I was a kid too. I haven't shared this story yet, but when I was around 8, for several nights in a row during one summer, someone would come into my room and just rip the bed sheets off of my bed, and I'd have to sleep the rest of the night without any bed sheets. And I was so terrified to open my eyes, I just fell asleep.
Dude, you have a poltergeist in your house.
Well, maybe like it hasn't happened since.
These objects moving, the sudden things, that's like poltergeist activity. That's like what they do.
So yeah, that kept happening for a few nights in a row. And then one day I prepared, like I wrapped myself up in a way where it'd be impossible for the bed sheets to be ripped off. So I felt the tugging once, and I felt it, and I was playing tug of war with whatever it was. Again, my eyes were closed the entire time, so I'm not sure if it was like someone just fucking with me one night, but after that they didn't do it anymore.
Oh my god, dude, you're haunted.
Don't say that.
That's the only thing to say. I mean, sorry, it's true. You got a ghost, and it's haunting you.
Maybe, well, it's been 8 years since the last experience, I should say. So I think we're good now.
Well, now you're talking about it again. You're conjuring it back up.
I've been talking about it I've been talking about it for months. So, but wherever,
it's moved on.
It's moved on for sure. All right, let's move on.
All right.
This is called the wiping question. Do you wipe from back to front or front to back?
That's so funny because someone just said that yesterday or this morning to me, somewhere in a live stream or something. And I was wiping my butt this morning. I thought, oh, how do I do it? I never thought about it. And I go from back to front. But then I also this is
you go from back to front? That's the more rare case actually.
I know. Well, I should say I actually do everything. I'm like moving all kinds of directions. It starts back to front, then front to back. Sometimes I do like a little twirl, and I'm just kind of digging deep sometimes. But I also now have this addiction. Like I have to do this. I have to hose it out in the shower every time I take a dump now.
Really? How long has that been going on?
About a year now, because there was one time I took a real messy one, and I was like, I just felt like gross, and I was like, oh, butt cheeks are like sticking together and stuff, probably from like sweat and just stuff, and I was like, I just can't live like this. So I had to hose that out, and I felt so good after, like a real good hosing. It sounds so bad, so I'm such a rotten person where I have to be hosed down after I go to the bathroom. But I used to have a bidet that my friend gave me where you clip it on and add it to your toilet, but it was annoying to have to keep cleaning because sometimes like dirt would get under there and I'd remove it and I'd see this all yellow in there. Like, oh gosh, it's like old whiz down there, and I just didn't like it. Wasn't cleanly enough for me keeping that on there because I couldn't clean everywhere enough because I'm very cleanly. I have to like wipe the dog's paws every time they come in from walking outside, so I don't want them like walking on the street and then jumping on the couch. So I'm a little OCD with that. So now I'm hooked on taking my pants off, getting in the shower, hose it out, dry off, put my pants back on because I just feel so much more fresh.
Wait, like, just your lower half goes into the shower?
I get my whole body goes in the shower, but I don't take off all my clothes. I've gotten good at doing it where I can just leave my shirt on. I don't like spray myself accidentally like with my shirt. I'm giving you so much like personal, intimate information about my daily routine, but also I've told everyone everything about my life, so I guess it doesn't really make a difference. But yeah,
hey, that's the show, man.
Off every time now.
That makes it very exciting to hear some of your personal stuff that maybe we haven't heard before.
Yep. I'm a dirty, then very clean person moments after.
Right on. For me personally, my go-to also is front to back, but I also mix it up like you say too, go all directions. That's the go-to. Front to back is definitely.
Wait, when you consider back to front would be going like down is back to front, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I do, making sure I said the right thing.
All right, you said front to back.
Oh, I did.
Oh, no, sorry. No, sorry. Yeah,
I don't
back
know
to front.
what I said.
Sorry, it's very confusing sometimes.
Yeah,
yeah. You said
this is the front. It depends on where your hand goes. You gotta wipe from the back.
Yeah, you said
back. Some people go like this, like down front.
Now that's just crazy.
I think that's more of a girl thing. I think girls can pull that off, maybe. But that's reach real deep if you're doing that. Maybe girls don't do that. I don't know what girls do.
Though it's one of the many mysteries.
Girls don't poop.
They don't do anything. It's one of the many mysteries of life.
They don't fart and poop.
Yeah, you know, I dated a girl once for 5 years, and she never farted in front of me ever. 5 years.
That's crazy. I farted in front of my now fiance the first night we hung out. Right away. I have done that many times. It's like I'm a farty guy. Like I'm a vegetarian and I eat a lot of fruit and vegetables, and I'm always farting, like loud cartoon farts.
Awesome.
So I often like kick my leg in the air and it's like a big crazy fart. So I'm like, I can't hide this. It's gonna be a part of my life, and if you're signing up to be with me, this is it. So I may as well let you know what you're in store for and not hide it, and then shock them when they get closer and they're like, oh, I didn't know you were a farter. Now, so that I don't want to surprise them, you know. Mm-hmm. But anyway, I knew a girl, and I think maybe lots of girls do this, would sit with her legs crossed, completely crossed, and do both 1 and 2 with their legs crossed. You couldn't even see like any private part.
Oh, what?
Because of how crossed it was. And I was like, doesn't that like pinching your butt cheeks? Like, don't you have to like spread them? And she was like, oh, they are spread. She was like, I can spread everything and it's really clean. Nothing touches and the legs are crossed. I was like, this is just confusing. It's like extra stress and work. Like, that's like me like going like this and while trying to eat an apple. Like, why? Just sit with your legs wide open the cheeks and knees apart. And she was so late. I don't want to say who this person is, basically, is what I'm trying to do. But she's so ladylike when she does this. It's very impressive.
Anyway. What's the it's just in case you're in the restroom too, or if someone were to walk in, is that why?
That's just the way they've always done it, they said. I remember asking that. It was like, are you embarrassed? And they said, no, this is just how I've always done it.
That's awesome.
So, yeah.
Alrighty.
Anyway, interesting.
Let's move on to the next icebreaker. Who on the H3 podcast is your favorite crew member?
I couldn't say, honestly. I don't know. That's hard to pick.
That's the game. That's the game, Nathan. You gotta pick.
Like, what am I basing it on? Just like personality, being a good person, funny. There's so many reasons to pick someone.
The most well-rounded crew member. The one you would want to take out to dinner the most.
Just to, like, hang out with, I guess?
Yeah. The personality, like, when you watch the show, when you have seen the show, like, oh, I love when that person's on screen the most. That's kind of what I mean when I say favorite crew member.
Dan is always a relief when he, like, chimes in and like, reins Ethan in a little bit too, so it's like nice when he's there. You feel like the anchor is there. So there's that with him. AB I know personally the most, so I could easily hang out with him. It'd be wouldn't have to like think of anything to say. I've never really hung out with any of the other ones. Olivia is very bright and bubbly and refreshing. I don't know. Zach's like a cool dude. Super cool. It's like I might feel intimidated around him, maybe, you know, like a rock star, man. Love is nice. I've talked to him on his sim stream. I don't know. There's a reason for there's a reason to hang out with all of them.
There are very good qualities of every crew member.
I'll go with AB. So it'll be a casual, easy.
Oh, sick.
AB, because it's just like I've known.
He just exudes coolness.
We've been through a lot together. Yeah, and he's also a cool dude.
My personal favorite, I've said this on the show before, is Olivia. But like you said, you brought it up, her brightness and bubbliness and very breath of fresh air whenever she commentates or has anything to do on screen. She's very captivating on-screen presence and, surprisingly, very witty. Like, whenever, sometimes she just says a comment that you don't expect, and very, very funny. That Olivia.
Yeah, it's nice when someone's quick like that. I watched a video of hers not too long ago where she was doing her makeup and talking about some couple and their relationship, some famous couple, maybe they're from a reality show or something, and she was basically here's the details on this couple, one of her favorite couples, and I had no interest in this content, but it was very entertaining, and I kept watching because she made it interesting, and I got invested in these people I'd never heard of. And I don't care about makeup tutorials or anything. So it's this is not but it was, as I say, she's very good at just being captivating.
Oh, definitely. That's one of her main roles on H3 is to break down internet drama and set up PowerPoints for similarly related topics.
Yeah. I mean, if she did that more on her channel, I think it would get really popular.
I think so too.
Maybe she does do it more. I don't know. I don't know how much she does that.
No, she wants to upload more, but very very sparingly she uploads. But I think she'll
full-time job.
Yeah, definitely. I'm sure she'll increase the frequency soon. All right, next question. Who would you rather be stuck on a deserted island with? Idubbbz, Trevor from GTA 5, or Hasan Piker?
Trevor, 100%. For many reasons. A, to be super entertaining, and everyone thinks I'm Trevor. So he might
think you'd get along?
I think he might think I'm his relative, and he wouldn't do something sketchy like kill me or take advantage of me because he might think I'm his family. Or maybe that would do me in even more. 100% with Idubbbz, I would not want to be stuck on an island with for a lot of reasons. But or Hasan, I don't know anything about Hasan really. So yeah, I picked Trevor overall.
Could you break down the Idubbbz one? Would he just be a liability on the island, do you think?
I don't know, because I don't want to make judgments about him. The thing is, I don't really have a problem with him. I was bothered and annoyed with the whole boxing thing, obviously, but at this point, I'm basically over it. It's so old news. But I'm not upset about that, and I also don't really hold grudges or anything. It's just everyone blew it, I guess. So I wouldn't really be mad at him. It's just I don't know how much he and I would get along as people. I think we think similarly in a lot of ways. I don't really get into politics, and it seems like he's trying to do that. So I don't know. Maybe that's just it works on the internet, so I'll do that. Maybe I don't know how interested he is, but I guess we wouldn't be talking about that if we were stuck on an island. We would probably talk about other things. I think you could hang with anyone on an island, to be honest with you, and start to come around to each other because everyone's human. You don't realize how similar you are, even with the person you think you would hate the most. Eventually, you'd probably start realizing this because we're all human. And you'd probably start getting along with most people over time. So I feel like it would be fine no matter what, because it would have to be. But if I was to pick, I just don't have any reason to really pick Idubbbz. I don't think he would benefit me in many ways. But Trevor would definitely be go kill an animal.
Yeah.
And then we'd be able to eat. So
I think I would definitely survive with Trevor. However, I'd probably be his slave until we got rescued.
He would definitely, be the big spoon. we'll
Absolutely. Alrighty. Our last icebreaker question: who would you rather have dinner with? Nicholas DeOrio, Ethan Klein, or Harley Morenstein?
I mean, I like all of those guys, but probably Harley because I've spent the most time with Harley, and it'd be easy. I mean, I would pick any of them, genuinely. Nicholas has been really cool and brought a lot of attention to my stuff with recent events. Hopefully some of them stick around for whatever weird things I put out. And Ethan, I feel like could get along with him because he says a lot of things that I agree with, and I think we could have some interesting conversation maybe.
Right.
We're different, obviously, in many ways, but he, yeah, I could get along with all of them.
I'd love to have dinner or any kind of meal with Harley because I watched a lot of Epic Mealtime when I was a kid, and that'd be such like a childhood dream come true.
Perfect reason to eat food with him because he's a food guy.
He's the food guy.
I mean, the thing is, I don't know who eats a similar. I'm vegetarian, so I don't know if any of them. I doubt any of them are vegetarian. Maybe Ethan might be more open to eating a vegetarian diet. Well, Harley would too. Harley would probably eat whatever.
Ethan's tried vegan and vegetarianism in the past.
Oh, he has? Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll pick Ethan for dinner.
Okay.
Because now that I think about it, Harley might go and eat like a triple stack of bacon or something. And I don't know. Nothing wrong with that. Most of my friends eat, well, that's a lie. I'm realizing most of my friends are vegetarian or vegan. I was going to say, all my friends eat meat. That's who I used to live with in my 20s. Yeah, it's just nice to like be able to order the similar things and try each other's food and stuff. So if Ethan was down to do that, then I'd pick him for dinner.
I think he would be.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, Dad or Nathan, we got some fan submitted questions. So
okay.
First question comes from my friend Volpe. Volpe is seeking dadly advice. How do you tie a tie?
I mean, I could show you right now. I actually have a video
I would love to
on
see
the Dad
you do that.
YouTube channel if you want
I searched it up. I tried looking for that because I'm like, he's had to have done a video like this before. It didn't pop up.
If you search on the Dad Feels channel, just search tie in my videos, it should come up. But I did it from an angle too where you could see, because normally people do it like this and it's like opposite of what you see when you're doing it. So I shot it at an angle where you can tell what to do while you do it. But it's pretty easy. I don't know if I can explain it. I have to get a tie and do it. But I can do that if you want. Should I do that?
I would love to see that if you don't mind.
Here, let's get a tie here. It's not Dad's tie because he's a different person. He's a robot man and has a different YouTube channel. So here you go. The Volpe, is that you said his name is?
Yeah, Volpe.
Volpe. Let's turn this way so it maybe helps. You put it over your neck, big side on the left. You pull the big side down a lot so that this is coming up. You have to kind of trial and error, figure out the distance and height to do that. Oh yeah, I forgot it. My cameraman Lerm's addicted to following my face. You wrap it over once. Big side goes over once, twice, and then almost 2.5 times. Wrap it around. Then on the half of almost on the third, you go under and through the loop, and you pull it out. And then instead of just letting it hang, you tuck it under specifically the last time you went around. So it goes under the last pull over it. And this is where it gets kind of clunky. You gotta like pull it all out. Then you gotta like fix this fold. And then you pull the big side down taut. Comes like a noose, and there you go.
Fantastic. That was a fantastic looking tie.
2.5 times around, under, out of the loop, down through the last time around. Pull it tight. There you go.
Thank you very much. That's actually very helpful for me. I have not tied a tie in about like 5 years or so. And last time I tried, I couldn't do it, Dad. Nathan, I couldn't do it.
Well, it just literally repetition. I've tied ties so many times for characters when I have to dress up, or if I'm in a commercial, or I was on a Disney show for like 5 years. All these outfits I'm always putting on. Live shows at the Upright Citizens Brigade, sketch comedy shows. You're just putting on ties a lot. And I just learned. I also just knew when I was a teenager. My dad showed me, and I just remembered how to do it. But I will say, the more you do it, it's just like you just don't even think about it. I don't know how to tie. That's, I think, a Windsor knot or a double. A double Windsor is the harder one that looks like the British people do it. And it's a cooler looking knot. I knew that at one point, and I've forgotten it because I haven't done it. I had to like re-look at that. A bow tie, I looked it up one time, and I like crappily did it, but I have not mastered that. I'd like to master a bow tie, even though I don't really ever wear a bow tie. Be cool though.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Awesome. Very good. Thank you so much. Next fan question. This comes from Emil. They want to know about the story between how you and your fiancé met.
It's a good story. Thank you for that question. I went to an arcade last year, and I was sitting there eating a veggie burger at this arcade. They had food there, and all night earlier in the night there was a company party that rented out the arcade, and then they opened it up at the later hours for public people to come in. And the company stayed there, but during the company portion of the evening, they were giving them all like free tokens to play games because they like paid a bunch of money. So like, oh, I'll take free tokens, and all these people were at the party were like drunk, and they're just dropping these tokens all over the floor. So I'm there with my friend, and I'm walking around. I'm like, oh my god, dude, there's tokens everywhere. And I kept grabbing them off the floor every time I'd see him. He's like, dude, stop picking up tokens. He was getting embarrassed. I was like, what do you mean? This is like free money. I'm picking up quarters. We're playing free games. But he got embarrassed. So I had all these tokens sitting there, and then he and I were eating food. And then I saw her out. There was a game I wanted to play, which was behind him. So I'm sitting here with him. He's right here. She is over there, and she walks over to this game, and I go, oh my gosh, this girl is so cute. I was like, dang. And I don't go up to girls and talk to them, like, ever, because I don't want to make anyone uncomfortable. But I was like, I have to say something to her. This girl is so attractive to me. And she was going to play Tapper, and I thought, I'm about to go play Tapper. When I finished my food, I was going to go play Tapper. I was like, perfect thing to say. Hey, you play this game? I played it there because I did play it the other day when I was there, and I wanted to go play it again, see if I could beat my score. So I was like, I never have like a natural thing to say to a girl. So I was like, I should take this opportunity. Like, I can actually say something, sort of like, hey, what's up? Like, there's no. It's awkward forcing a conversation when you really have nothing to say to them, and I don't want that. I would never want to do that to someone. Like, oh god, this guy's just hitting on me. So anyway, I saw her. I was like, oh my gosh, she's so cute. And I didn't even finish my food, and I was like wiping my hands, and I'm walking over to Tapper, the arcade game. She'd be like, oh, you like this game? And then I got distracted. So I walked over to her. She sees me. And then when she looks at me, I didn't say anything. I looked down. I saw tons of tokens on the ground, like right where she was standing. And I was like, I have to pick these up. Because I didn't want to I don't want someone else to get them. And I'm just like hooked on picking up these tokens. So the first thing I ever said to her, I walked over and I go, have you seen all these tokens on the ground? And I'm on my mustache was pretty big at that point last year. So I'm on the ground, this man with a giant mustache, picking up loose change, looking up at her, asking if she'd seen all these tokens. And she said, when she first saw me, she was like, what is with this guy? She said I stood out to her because it was funny. And she also liked my mustache. And she said it didn't feel like I was like hitting on her. I just seemed like a weirdo that was like trying to show her this free coins everywhere. And then I picked them up. I was like, oh, look, they're everywhere. I was like, you want some? She's like, oh, I got the bartender gave me some. And I was like, oh, cool. I didn't get them from the bartender. I had to go scrounge them off the ground. So we started talking about Tapper, the arcade game that she was playing. And I was like, oh, I love this game. She was like, I love this game too. And then we kept talking. And I was like, oh, I realized she was there alone. And I was like, well, if you're like trying to have like a night on your own, like I don't mean to like interfere. And she's like, no, I like talking to you. And I was like, oh, I'm just gonna go play some more games. She's like, can I come? So then she asked me if she could walk around with me. I was like, yeah, let's go. And I was like, this is really weird. Like, girls don't talk to me. Dating apps never works out. I was on all of them. It just did not work. Girls never hung out with me. I don't know why, if I was cursed, if I just had bad opening lines or whatever. I tried to just be normal and real. But anyway, meeting her that night, we hung out for like over an hour in the arcade, and then we talked about getting breakfast burritos the next day, and she didn't think I was serious. Also, on my phone, it's a picture of her now, but I had a picture of this other woman on my phone that was from a video I saw on the internet. It was like 1983, Boston, Massachusetts, like some nostalgic video. And it was a lady standing there with like fall leaves behind her. It looked very 80s, and she had like a fall outfit on. It was just a nice looking image. So I took a screen grab of it. And then as I had it on my phone, I realized later, and I saw the channel again, it was an AI channel. It makes like AI fake nostalgic videos. And I thought it was a real woman because it looks real. And I was like, oh, I thought it was like a lady from a movie or something. And it wasn't. It was just an AI lady. And I was like, okay, well, whatever. It's a cool screensaver. She saw that when we were giving numbers to each other that night. And she's like, oh, this guy's got like a wife or a girlfriend, but maybe he just wants to be
What
friends.
are you thinking, man?
Okay.
Of course you thought that.
I didn't even think about it because I've been alone for so long. It's just not even in my head that I would have a girlfriend or anyone would think that. And I just didn't think about what was on my phone at the time. And then the next day, she saw that, and she asked who it was, and I was like, oh, this isn't a real person. This is like an AI thing. And she was like so relieved because she's like, this guy's hanging out with me and he's got a girlfriend or something. She thought maybe I was like cheating on her or I was just hanging out with her as a friend and I wasn't interested in her. And then I told her that. I think she was like, okay, I think he's interested in me again. So the next day we did get breakfast burritos. We walked around LA. And then the next day we hung out again. And we went to her friend's band's show. And we were going to hang out a fourth day in a row on Monday. But something happened where we couldn't, and then we hung out with each other on Tuesday. So we just kept hanging out every day, and it worked out perfectly. It's like literally, I met her at an arcade, one of my favorite places. She loves video games. I love video games. She's actually cool person, and honestly, the prettiest woman I've ever seen. So I feel like for a very long time, I was like, "There's no way this girl likes me. There's no way. Like I'm being pranked. Something's wrong. She's like gonna murder me, or she's gonna take advantage. Like something can't be right. It can't be this perfect." But then I realized over time, I was like, okay, I guess she just likes me. Okay, maybe she's just crazy and she thinks I'm worth hanging out with. So, yeah, that's how I met my fiance. And we haven't stopped hanging out since.
That's fantastic. What a lovely story.
Yeah.
What's extra funny about it is that how you almost blew it like at least twice.
Yeah, for sure.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's a great story. Very
it was
sweet,
cool that I thought it was cool that because everyone I've dated the past like 10 years has been off like a dating app. So, a girl I dated 10 years ago, who was my longest relationship to date, I think. I met her in person as well. Mm-hmm. That was like on a job, on a commercial shoot. She was the producer.
That's the best way to do it in my experience. Like dating apps fucking suck. They're very soul crushing, and I'm not the demographic. It's only a certain kind of people that do well on dating apps.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't think you really get... I mean, sometimes. My brother met a girl that he dated for years, and they're now, like, best friends. He met her on Raya, however you say it. And that worked. But that's very, very rare, in my opinion, because that's... A lot of them are just, like... I don't know, people that just want to hook up, or people that just want to get likes, because it makes them feel good, and it, like, satisfies something in them where they, like, have approval, I just don't think many people are actually like finding long-lasting relationships on there, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm old-fashioned like that too because I've never thought it'd be interesting to do one of those kind of hookup kind of situations.
Yeah, me either.
I'm all in.
I could do that. Me too. I'm a long-term relationship type person, so that's why I was single for so long, like past like 8 years. It's just like doesn't work out. So
congratulations.
In person. Thank you. In person's great too because you just know instantly. I like the way you look. I like the way you smell. I like the way you move. I like the way you sound. You just instantly know. Like on an app or it's text, it's like I don't know how tall they are and the height and shapes and hugging and you just when you're next to that person, you can be instantly drawn to them for like so many like reasons, energy wise.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, I think meeting in person is the best.
Right on. Well, thank you, Nathan. Let's move on to the last fan question. What's your haircut routine? This comes from Namsta.
That's interesting because I just got a haircut like 2 days ago, which I rarely do. My haircutting routine is long and complicated. I try not to give that too much of a long rant here. But I used to be fully bald, like completely bald forever. And in 2020 during the pandemic, two of my friends had gotten hair transplants, but they were like thinning and they weren't like fully, not everyone knew they were like bald or just paid attention. And they like got hair transplants. I was like, wow, that worked really well. And then when the pandemic came around, everything was shut down. There was no acting. I couldn't go to auditions. I didn't know if I was ever going to act again. Like I was just like, I did this. I was like, I'm just going to get a hair transplant. And I did it out of boredom because I had nothing else to do. And it was an experiment. And I thought the main reason I didn't want to do it is because like I'm known for being bald, and I played a lot of characters that were bald. I'm on TV shows. I go out for auditions for bald guys. But I was like, well, what if I added just like a Bruce Willis like receded hairline, which I had like the same hairline when I was 28, and I had a picture of myself, and I showed the doctor. Talk to the guy, and I go, this is going to lead to the haircut answer eventually, but I just feel like I had to preface it with this. I still showed the hair guy. I did a Zoom with him, and the first thing he says is, don't bother. He's like, you're too bald. And I was like, let me explain what I want to do. I go, I don't want a full head of hair. I go, what if you just gave me like a hairline in the front and don't even go all the way back. Just put it a little bit in the front so there's like a hairline, and I'll keep it shaved short, and I'll have like the outline instead of like the bald outline. Even just having this little point, it changes the shape of your face, and it changes things. And it would help me with auditions maybe, and not only go out for like the homeless guy or the creepy guy. Like, maybe I could get like a normal role, because that's what I go out for auditions for all the time. So when I said that to him, he goes, okay. He goes, we could do that. He's like, we can just connect the sides. And I was like, cool. And then as he's doing it, afterwards, I guess he's discovering like how many hairs I had on my head, because I had a lot of thick hair. He goes, you got like 4 hairs per graft. Like every time he pulled one out from the sides and plugged it back in here, I had multiple hairs in there. So he's like, it's probably going to grow in pretty thick. And it did. It grew in really thick. And then I did a follow-up one where he connected the sides a little more. So now I have a bunch of hair on my head, still got the bald spot. And now I can actually get haircuts, because the way I used to cut my hair when I was bald was I would do it once a year. I'd grow it long and crazy. I'd play my Keith Apicary character or other weird characters with comb overs. And I would just look like a freak. And then every once in a while, every once a year, I'd take my beard trimmers and I'd just shave my own hair short. That was my haircut routine. But now that I have the rearrangement and I have hair, I can actually go get a haircut. And I still only do that like once every 6 months. I'll go and I'll get a haircut because it's like a fun thing to do. It's like, ooh, gotta get a haircut. I make a meal out of it. And I like when they do like the whole shave and everything. So I do that like twice a year, maybe. So that's it. That's my haircut routine.
Right on. That's a very exciting answer. I got to tell you, I didn't know that was a hair transplant at all. I thought it was supernatural.
Well, that's the thing. This guy is really good. And I did look just like this. So technically I have to think like, well, this is what I looked like. It's not really like...
Yeah, I was going to say that too. Like I was looking at your old videos. You look the same as you do now when you started on YouTube. I know.
And then also, since I've gotten this, I have a couple times shaved it off with a razor, so I can play the dad character, who is dad. When I originally started doing dad, I was clean bald. So I will, every once in a while, I might have to do it coming up, because I'm going to shoot a short film for the dad character, and I don't like bald caps because they always look fake. You can even see it on camera. It's like so hard for like even a professional like movie. I can always see when there's makeup or something, because I'm looking for it. And I don't want everyone to ever see that I don't want to see a flaw in my work. So I have shaved the top of my head, I bick it, and then I put makeup to hide like the little, you can still see the stubble, you know? Mm-hmm. So I went to a makeup place and had the lady get my skin tone right and gave me the right makeup so I can just cake it on. But every day I have to shave it and cake the makeup on when I'm filming something for the dad character. So anyway, yeah, it's a complicated, long answer, but yeah, that's my hair routine. But yeah, this is all hair transplant. It's crazy how good and fast and easy they are now. It takes like a couple hours. You drive home that day, you're totally fine, and then your hair just shows up like 2 months later. It's crazy.
Science is amazing.
Yeah, it's weird, man, but it works. And I felt guilty about it for a while. I felt like I cheated on my old self, and I abandoned like my bald friends, and it wasn't the real me. But now I kind of got over it. I'm like, whatever. It's fun. It's fun having hair.
You got to do what you can to make yourself feel better about yourself.
And I was thinking at that point in my life was like, why not? I'm here on Earth for so long. If it's something that seems fun and cool to do, just do it. Mm-hmm. You know, women I think have a lot more leniency in society, where like people like support women. Like, yeah, do what makes you feel good, self-help, and like, you know. Change yourself a little bit if you want to. It's cool. But like guys, I feel like are supposed to like just shave it, bro. Suck it up. Deal with it. And it's like, well, if you want to do it. It's honestly the same thing as getting a haircut. When you cut your hair short, that's changing yourself. Why not rearrange it? That's changing yourself. Piercing something, tattooing is very much modifying yourself. Is that okay? Why is it okay to remove a tattoo but not your hair? I think a lot of comments online I see about like people who, I saw a guy actually this week, some fitness dude was like, I got a hair transplant, and he showed it on his Instagram. All the comments were like, bro, embarrassing, you're embarrassing, why would you do that? Just suck it up. And it's like, I think people are just so aggressive towards like, I think because those guys commenting are insecure and think that it's lame to care about yourself and how you look. I get not being vain, but the guy didn't seem vain. He just like wanted some hair to be filled in, whatever. Anyway, I think I'm a big defender of do whatever you want that makes you feel good, as long as it doesn't harm someone else.
Definitely, I'm super for that too. Also, I think it's incredibly lame when people try to live for other people's expectations. You just gotta be yourself.
Yeah, that's when I had to let go. I didn't want to like be like, well, if everyone makes fun of me, I just had to not care, which is hard to do when you're on the internet all the time.
It's hard to see on camera, but I have some highlights too in my hair, and they're very expensive. And it's super not worth it for something like this. The camera can't see it, but in person you can see it.
Yeah.
It's really fun for me. And
That's cool. Yeah, it's nice.
I'm about to quit my professionral job. I'm gonna do like more like online stuff. So I think I'm gonna go more crazy with the hair colors.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Very cool.
All right, Dad. That's it for the icebreaker and the fan questions. Let's get into some very Nathan-specific questions here. So one thing I've always wanted to ask you about was from your Creator Clash tell-all video. There's a hard cut because you're starting to get really emotional. Is there anything specific that you cut out, or what happened that made you want to hard cut and just do voiceover for the rest of the video?
Mostly it was because it was a lot more like broken voice and like cry type talking, and it just sounded like I didn't know if it would just become annoying. It's like, all right, dude, this is like kind of cringy and embarrassing.
People would have loved to have seen that.
I wasn't trying to get sympathy. I was just being, and just that's how I was when that happened. And I thought it's probably surface. It will make it more digestible by not having that in there, so it's not, so it doesn't turn off some people. And I just wanted it to be like kind of neutral, like here's the information, this is what happened, this is how I feel about it. So I obviously didn't want to be a robot and just say it, because then it'd be like, oh, do you even care? And I did care, so I just kind of let myself be that way. But I did reshoot the first whole video. Was like, I was like loud, and I was like more mad, and I didn't want to be like, that can sound annoying, that can be a little off-putting, because like the grating voice to somebody, the way I'm like too intense, and then I was crying at some of it. So I was like, I felt after watching it, I did get a little self-conscious. I was like, oh god, I sound like a crazy person. I'm just like so unhinged. So I thought about everything again, and then the next day I picked up and I shot more, and then I just sort of like pieced it all together. I just wanted it to be like watchable, and like here's the information. So I did have a lot more calm tone, and then I was even more calm when I fixed it a third time with voiceover, when I was like blah 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 blah. But yeah, that crying point was more of just me like, oh, I'm so sad, I'm a loser, I have no money. It's like these people screwed me over. So it's just kind of like
everyone would have understood, and it's a completely reasonable situation to have that type of moment. I think everyone would have been totally fine with that. I would love to see that raw footage if you didn't delete it.
I probably have it somewhere, but it's honestly I said everything I said in there.
Yeah, it's all after the fact, but it would have been super cool to have seen the raw version. I'm so surprised about how much production actually went into that.
Yeah, even like little talking videos, I feel like just take a lot of work. It's hard for me to sit down and just be like blah blah blah. Here's the thing, because like I go off on a tangent, and I say a bunch of stuff that doesn't even matter. I'm often having to like rein myself in and chop to get to the point, because I do meander. My brain just starts going, and I try to I catch myself, and I go, get back on topic. Wait, what was the topic again? So the talkie videos, I have to kind of like do a lot of editing. But I don't, the thing is I could write it out, but a lot of these things where it's just talking about an experience, I write out a lot of other videos. Like I write these like 8-page scripts of like these movie review things, and I'll just like do the voiceover, or like a video like that's like a creative thing, I'll write it. Or like a ghost investigation thing, I'll write that out. But when it's just about me and my life, I like to just spew and then clean it up after. It's kind of easier to flow.
Do you ever have someone like vet your content before you upload it? Like, say you want a second opinion, because it seems like a lot of decisions happen on the fly in your head as you're reviewing the footage. Would you ever try to like send it to like a friend or your fiance? Hey, could you review this and let me know what you think about it?
I do that. So I show my fiance. She's not really caught up on internet stuff at all, and I have to explain to her who all these people are. She watched a lot of internet. She knows like Angry Video Game Nerd, like gaming stuff from a while ago, like people that I'm friends with, and she somehow still never saw me, which was interesting. She's like, I never saw Keith Apicary, and I'm like, how? And then a bunch of people are Instagram messaging. When we started dating, they were like, are you dating Dad? And she's like, look at these DMs I'm getting from my friends. So that's I'm like, awesome. I wasn't offended, but I was a little bit like, I almost expected her to kind of know me, which sounds so pompous, but like it has happened. It has very much happened in the past where people I've gone on dates and like, hey, aren't you the dancing guy? And I'm like, yeah, I am, because stuff just gets around. So anyway, she had no idea, which was actually kind of nice that she didn't know who I was. But I do send it to her just to see if I sound like a little off-putting at all with my delivery. But I send it all the types of things where I talk about internet people. Like I called out Idubbbz, not for a boxing match, and I complained about Creator Clash. I did a bunch of edits on that one, and he's like, "Oh," I sent it to my friend Yoda. It's a friend of mine. I call him. His name's Altoid Yoda online, and everyone calls him Yoda. He knows everything about the people on the internet, like all the people involved. H3, Creator Clash. He's my camera guy at Creator Clash. He also manages one of my the dad merch shop. So he's just very plugged in on the internet. So Yoda watches everything, gives me his thoughts. He's like, so-and-so is going to interpret it this way. You might want to fix the way you said it because it doesn't sound right, blah, blah. I know what you're trying to do. He just gets it. And then my friend Ren, who also runs another merch site, she is like a big person in my whole dad Discord, and she knows the internet as well. She knows what's going on. She's in England. So the two of them are like my go-to, like, hey, is someone going to... Does this video sound okay? And they'll tell me what they think and help me out. So yeah, I do have people like that.
That's awesome. Yeah,
but I'm not really in this. Sorry, I didn't mean to talk for you.
Sorry. That we have this little bit of a delay. So apologies if I interrupt you at any point.
Oh, and likewise, sorry. But yeah, it is nice having that support. But also, I'm not really in this world of talking about people on the internet. This is very new for me. And some people have even voiced in my audience as like, I hope this isn't what you're going to be doing now, is talking drama. And I'm like, I don't think I am, but I'm just kind of saying how I feel about things that are currently happening in my life. And this is in my life. And now that I've called out Idubbbz, I'm like, am I just perpetuating myself in this world? And like, H3 and Nicholas are talking about my stuff, and like, nothing that I care about that, but I'm like, am I getting pulled into a world that I wasn't a part of? And I don't hate it. I'm just kind of at the point where I'm like, I'm just gonna make whatever I think of and whatever I want to do. But I love to make like weird creative stuff. Like I'm in a character, I write a script, I go film the scenes, I edit together, I make the music. I have this series called Man. It's like a side series on the Dad channel. Follows this character named Man, and then the dad storyline. It's like all these storylines going on the Dad channel, and then there's music videos, and I put a new dad music video up the other day. So I'm still doing that, but on the Nathan channel, it's sort of turned into like, this is what's happening in my life right now. And I think some people are disappointed that I'm not doing like more character work on there, which I've done for the past 20 years. I'm also kind of tired and exhausted, and that stuff never does well, and never really did do well. And now people are actually watching, and I'm like, I need money. I got engaged. I want to get married and have a kid in a couple of years and buy a house. Not that I want to lean into like the drama for that reason, but I'm like, well, if it's happening naturally and people are watching, I shouldn't abandon that. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's a weird position.
Yeah. You're a very key player in a very specific drama, and I think people would have been okay if you juiced it, for lack of a better term, in your own certain way. You could even create your own characters.
I already have juiced it too much.
You think so?
I think it's like run its course, and if I do any more, it's going to be like, all right, you're just trying to get views here. I'm not going to keep complaining about Ian or Creator Clash, obviously, but like calling him out, if he responds, I'd have to make a video and responding again. But then I don't think he's going to respond, so I feel like I don't think he's going to do it, and I think it's pretty much over. So I don't really know if I'm going to be involved in this world anymore. So I am on LolCow now, Monday through Friday, on the Reaper channel for 2 hours a day. So I feel like, okay, that's where maybe I dive into their world, the LolCow world. I feel a little weird, like I feel very cautious to join that whole thing, because I didn't know what I was getting into. But it's honestly it's like, it feels like Jerry Springer, where it's very self-contained. They talk about outside drama every once in a while, but it's mostly just like they have their own little feuds, which you can't tell if they're real or not, but some of them seem like fake, some of them seem real. It's kind of fun. So I'm like, okay, I'll just show up here, play along, and then dip out, do my own thing. And just, I don't know, I'm getting into that. It's weird.
It is it's a very interesting universe. And everyone like near or around the universe, they swear to God it's 100% real. So who knows?
That's what you have to. That's the kayfabe. That's like wrestling. Yep. It's always real. But who knows?
I have a few more Idubbbz questions. I know it's past, but these are just questions that I've had in the back of my mind. So as a weird person myself, it hurts me when people call me weird because I'm like, yeah, I know I'm weird. So I was really sad when Idubbbz coach revealed that Anissa was calling you weird behind your back. Why do you think she felt that way about you?
I truthfully feel that maybe she had to give in the moment with whoever she was talking to. I think she was talking to Froggy Fresh at the lunch they had at Denny's when we were all preparing for Criticosh 2. It's the first time I heard about this. I feel in that moment, in that situation, but I think she also said it to someone Criticosh 1 when I was about to fight Matt. No, that what they said then was they were trying to take me down a notch. Like, oh, he's not that good of a boxer. I think because they were trying to make Matt feel better about it, which is understandable. It's like, okay, yeah, make it like that's not so threatening and scary. Trust us, he's not even that good. But I do think that they kind of actually believe that, so they're just saying what they think. But regarding me calling me weird, maybe I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt and I'm trying to like make excuses, but like I don't really know why she said it. But I like to think and feel like it was probably some sort of a little like dig at me to be like, oh, Dad's weird. Like we don't get him, whatever. Just like to throw me to the side for whatever reason. She probably had some reason to be. Maybe she just thinks I'm weird and she doesn't get that it's a character. Like obviously my name isn't Dad. That outfit is so much a character's outfit. The shirt and tie, like every day, all the time, and talk like a robot. I'm trying to think like what is the reason? Because I did get bullied very badly in high school, like violently, and the cops got involved because these guys like came to my house and egged our house and ruined my parents' cars. It was psychotic. It was very like much like an 80s movie. And I switched schools. They got bullied again at that new school. Had to go back. So I'm very used to like I got hit with a baseball bat. I got chased out of a pizza place. They said I couldn't come in there because I was a freak. They pulled me my wallet chain off of my body when I was skateboarding on the street. They drove by and grabbed my chain and ripped my pants. And I could have fallen and like my feet could have gone under the car. It was like sketchy stuff. So I'm very used to like very big bad bullying. And now that I've gone through that, I feel like when someone does it now, I kind of look at it, it's like, why are they doing that? What's happening with them? Where they feel the need to do this? Mm-hmm. Something else has to be going on. And I'm thinking, not that she's necessarily bullying me. She just said I'm weird. Maybe it's just she just doesn't like my videos, and that's as simple as that. She thinks they're just bad and weird. But like you have me in your boxing event, and you're really nice to my face. Something's going on where I think in that dynamic, in that conversation, she had felt the need to say that for some reason. And I don't know what that is, honestly. Mm-hmm. But I'm trying to just, like, understand. I'm sure I could talk to her and she's like, yeah, I don't know. I said it because I was just, when you're in a group dynamic and everyone's sort of going along and saying stuff, like, oh, what's up with that guy? He's kind of weird. You just kind of agree sometimes, like, oh, yeah, he's weird. I don't get it. Because you just going along with someone and sometimes you say stuff that you don't truly feel because everyone else is just saying it. And it's just like this. It's not a peer pressure thing. It's like a subconscious peer pressure where, for some reason, I've done it. I said things that I don't actually mean. I'm like, oh gosh, I don't know why I said that. Because the group is saying it. So it could have been something like that where maybe Froggy Fresh was like, oh, I don't get Dad. What's that character? And she's like, oh, I don't know. He's weird. And then he used that against her maybe when he says to me, she said you're a weirdo. And then I never heard from her what happened. So anyway, I'm probably blowing up something that's not even a big deal into a big thing. Like it's probably a throwaway comment she made.
Yeah, for sure. I guess we don't have all the context. So maybe that would help a little bit. But again, like I just hate when people call people weird like that. It's just like me, it cuts me deeply because I'm all like, we should embrace people's weirdness more often.
And that is why I brought it up was because I thought Criticosh, they wanted to get like furries to be the ring girls. They wanted it to be weird. That it was the weirdos boxing event, and I thought Ian and Nisa were also weirdos. Mm-hmm. Like Ian came from hanging out with Filthy Frank, which is some of the weirdest stuff on YouTube. I'm like, okay, weird people bringing in other weird people to box with the weird audience watching. So when she said that, I was like, wait, what? Isn't that everyone's whole thing? I'm the weird one? We're all doing characters when we're entering and doing weird stuff.
Right.
But anyway, it just felt like, it felt like kind of like a backstabbing of like your own kind. And
absolutely.
I now don't think she and Ian are really that type of not to be like judging, like you don't have to be anything. Everyone should be who they are and make what they want. But like, I don't think they do come from that like more creative world of like experimentation in their art, which is fine. It's just, I thought that before. I think I just didn't understand what I was getting into. fine. Whatever.
Yeah.
Now I know, and it was just an observation, I guess.
For sure. I dated a girl once, and for the first month, she would call me weird. Like every so often, I'm like, you gotta stop calling me that.
Yeah.
It hurts.
And then maybe that's just a word people use, is like, oh, he's weird, like, oh, you're silly. Maybe it's that kind of thing. But like, you know, as an actually weird person, it does feel it's a little insulting. You know, it's like I know I'm different, but everyone's different. Like we're all weird. Humans are weird, so whatever.
Oh, yeah. All right, let's move on to the next question. Are you aware of any of the discussions regarding the ownership for the IP for Creator Clash? I know there was some buzz a few weeks ago, but I haven't heard anything since. Do you know anything behind the scenes going on with that?
I feel I might know a little bit more than other people behind the scenes, more than Ethan and Keemstar, because I am friends with the owner of the company and have texted with this person. And I feel it's safe to say that Creator Clash would never be sold to some of these big YouTubers that have shown interest, because it's not about the money at all. This brand doesn't even need to go on, and if someone said, I'll give you like $5 million, I don't think the owners would care. They'd be like, not necessary, because you're just going to take it and do something weird with it. We don't really care. I think if it was to be sold, it would be to someone who would do something good with it and use it to actually make something fun and cool and interesting and maybe helpful to society in some way, for probably a lot less than the big YouTubers would pay for it. Based on my conversation, that's what I gather. So I am more likely to get it than the other people for less money, because I would actually do something with it.
Yeah, I'm sure you do great stuff with that.
But I don't really have... After that, putting that video out and thinking about it and talking to this person, I don't think I would really care to do it. I'd rather, if I was going to do something, I'd do my own thing, because I'd want to have I'd like making up my own stuff anyway, and I'd like to do my own sort of wrestling/boxing entertainment event on my own and come up with a name for it myself, and could be like 100% making it with my friends, you know? So
yeah,
the Creator Clash name was interesting to me when I thought it was actually for sale. I didn't look into it enough, and then I talked to the owners. I was like, okay, this isn't even a conversation that anyone's having. It's just that Harley and Keemstar and Ethan just started saying it, and that's all it was. I was like, oh, this is nothing, but whatever.
I think when people like Harley and Keemstar and Ethan, they say stuff, they expect someone to reach out to them. They're not going to put in the legwork to actually do anything.
And that's not how this is going to work at all with a potential sale. I think it's not going to get sold to anybody. It's not worth it to the owners. Yeah.
The IP just consists of the name, nothing about.
That's pretty much all it is.
Right? Okay.
Yeah, and also it could retroactively negatively affect the owners, because like, say you take that and you go off and you do something crazy with it, and then now Creator Clash is known as like some negative entity. If you Google Creator Clash and you see all these things, and you see also names of previous owners, future business people might be like, whoa, are you involved with this like racist boxing organization? You know? And the owners are like, no, we sold it, and that's what they did with it after. So it's not worth it to even be sold. It should just die. Just let it go. And it's safer, I feel, you know.
Let's say you do you do become the IP owner, or you start your own version of Creator Clash. How would you run things differently?
I see. This is the thing. I'm not a bit. I would have to get someone involved to help. Obviously, I would be in charge of creative. That's what I would do. Is storylines between the fighters, how we film segments during and between fights, interactions during a fight with other creators. Like I would basically make like a wrestling organization where there's storylines all night long, constant bits, constant backstage beefs and stuff, and then actual boxing and some actual like physical interactions, which would resemble wrestling. A lot of character work, real attention to detail on the entrances, just the pageantry of it all. That is what I would focus on. And then I wouldn't really be able to run the business stuff, because that's not really how I operate, but I would like to have a say in that, I think. And if there was a charity involved, it would have to be in a real simple way where It's like, hey, a certain percent of the earnings from the night will go to this thing. That's how it is. 20% goes to the charity. And if you guys want to donate more, go to the link and throw some more in. Cool. But the event could give some, or there's no charity at all. Doesn't really have to happen. I feel like most events don't do it for charity. Everyone just does it for profit. And the people involved get paid. Like, I think because that charity thing was thrown in there, it now feels like it has to be part of the conversation. Why? I mean, yes, it's a noble thing to do, and that's great. And if someone is well off who's involved, like a famous YouTuber is involved, and they don't need the $20,000 or whatever they get paid for their performance, then sure. If you want to publicly let people know you're donating it to charity, that's cool. But like, I think the charity was a noble thing, but makes it confusing now, and it's problematic, and it's proven to be troublesome.
For sure, yeah. And definitely a good call to kind of just to stay away from now, because it's going to be, if you do decide, if there was a universe where you did decide to take it over and you wanted to run it yourself, it'd be a lightning rod for drama and stress, for sure.
I know. And that's the thing. You never lose that. And I think if you did your own thing, all these people who've talked about the drama would focus on the beginning of your new thing, maybe a little bit, be like, oh, former Critic Clash boxer creates his own thing. Well, let's see what's going on with that. So people might pay attention to it, but then I think eventually it would die off because it's not connected to that drama anymore. So that's probably the smartest way to go if I was to do something like that. Just do my own thing, and it would just become its own thing that no one really pays attention to unless they're watching the event itself.
Mm-hmm. I know you fell in love with boxing, but for like future iterations, would you ever consider doing something that involved other kind of activities, like say rap battles or like a giant board game or tug of war kind of thing with other creators?
I would 100%. Any type of little battle or contest would be interesting, I think, because really all it comes down to is people want to see this popular person be involved with this popular person and see who's better at something. It doesn't help.
Whoa.
The cameraman, he loves to zoom in. We talked about it before. We have hand signals, so I don't have to like speak to him and break the flow of a conversation. So I have these hand signals that he often, when my hands do something similar, he's like, "Oh, zoom!" So learn, settle down, learn. This guy drinks Buzz Balls all day, so he's a little bit out of it. Yeah, he's a mess. But I appreciate your. He's looking. He's on his toes.
He's on the ball.
Yeah, he is the Buzz Ball, literally. But yeah, if I did it, I would like to have other theatrics involved. Ed Bassmaster who is a prank YouTube man.
He was one of the first YouTubers I ever saw.
Oh, he's awesome. He and I used to do a lot of videos together because we would do public stuff in weird characters. And I asked him to box me after Critic Clash 1, and he said he would do a dance battle with me in the ring in character.
Cool.
And I was like, okay, that's something. People might be interested. But if they think they're going to watch a boxing match and then they see that, they might be annoyed and disappointed. But that was kind of the joke. So maybe we could do it as an advertised dance battle, so it's just like a entertainment break type of thing. So yeah, I would be open to doing things with people and the ideas they'd want to do if they didn't want to box or wrestle.
Yeah, people would love to just come out, see their creator, just do something fun like that, for sure.
Yeah, I think so. It could be like a variety show of competition in a way, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So Ludwig does something like that. He does those Olympic games with streamers. That's similar, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to see you try to organize something like that in the future, maybe, if the interest ever
would
comes.
Love that. I think it would be cool to do a more theatrical version of these types of things. Like, at Ludwig's games, everyone should get an entrance with an outfit and music, you know, and talk some trash about the other competitors. Like, I think, you know, fluff it up a little bit with the pageantry. That's what I'm into. The theatrics.
The WWE style, for sure.
Exactly.
Being on YouTube for 2 decades, you've seen the platform change a lot over the time. Like, what's the feature you miss the most, and which new feature do you enjoy the most?
Oh, jeez. What do I miss the most? I did like how you could message people. You could send messages on YouTube, which was cool. I liked the star rating as well. It was like the 5-star rating. That was neat, I thought. Now it's only thumbs up, because if you do thumbs down, no one really notices the thumbs down. I think the star rating, because then you could get, when you watch a video, you could be like, oh, this has a good rating. This must be good. I liked that. I think that works for other things, so it still could work for videos. A new feature that I like, I guess live streaming is good. I like that. I also like the redirect, which is a raid basically on YouTube that no one is really using yet. I just did like a 10-day stream on YouTube, and I was struggling to find people to raid. And then if I did raid them, they had to like give approval for my channel to raid them, and they couldn't find it in their settings. I'd be sitting there for like 10 minutes sometimes, like, what's going on? And my audience would be like, okay, they're almost have it figured out. They don't, like, oh my gosh, this should just be automatic. You should get a raid from breaking up.
Yeah, I was breaking up. But
okay.
Yeah, I got most of what you were saying.
It should be easier to raid. Raiding is too hard on YouTube. It's cool, but hopefully it gets figured out. It becomes easier.
Yeah, I was there in Love's live stream, and I was helping him. I am the one that helped him
figure out
how
there.
to enable raids. Yeah.
Oh, that was the moment I was talking about when he was trying to figure out how to allow me to raid him. And my friend Tom was the same way. Tom and I both subscribed to each other, and I wasn't like in his allowed to be raid category, and they had to help him do it.
The default should be anyone could raid you, and then you can go back in the end and like block certain people or change certain settings. It's so stupid the way they set that up. Because
I agree.
Apparently the feature's been around. It's been around for like 2 or 3 years. I just learned about it like a month ago.
Really?
Yeah.
I knew it was a thing a year ago, maybe. I remember hearing about it a long time ago, but not that long ago. And I never did it. I could, because I'd see, I can raid like Lo-Fi Girl was like always popping up because that channel's always live. Mm-hmm. So I'd seen it, but then I never remembered. I was like, wait, where is that setting? Where do you see that again? Yeah, it's confusing. But now I have it down. I have it so down now.
Yeah, I like raiding people after my lives too, because I was talking to Dan from H3Y on Discord. I'm like, hey, there's this new feature called raids, or I think it was called, I forget what it, redirects.
Redirect. Yeah.
I'm like, hey, there's this feature called redirects. I was advertising it to him like it's a new feature because they've never raided anyone. I'm like, I wonder why.
You would think that they would raid like you or someone like the girl with the microphone or someone who's like an adjacent type, and they've embraced her and they've said she's like the after party show.
Right.
So like raiding her would be awesome for her, you know.
Yeah, Dan's in control of all of that. So I messaged him, and I forget what he answered, but they just I'm sure they have certain policies where they just, if they raid someone, then that means that they can endorse someone or something like that.
Yes, and it could look bad if that person then said something against how they all feel. Business-wise, it probably makes sense to just not raid.
Yeah, but I felt like an idiot when I was talking to him because I was advertising it like it was a new feature, and Dan says, "Oh, it's been around for quite a while, actually." Like, what?
Yeah,
why did I just learn about it?
News to me.
Oh yeah. Let's see what else we got here. Have you ever accidentally broken character in public, either on purpose or on accident, just to screw with someone?
I have not in public. The only thing I can think of is I was doing a live show one time at the Upright Citizens Brigade, and I did the wrong character. I was wearing this outfit. I have this peg leg self-defense instructor, and he has a certain voice and long hair, and I came out in the character after doing another character, and I kept doing that voice, a very different voice. I'm talking like this with a lisp and a higher voice. I talk like a drill kind of slow, and hey, my name's Keith Avagary. I talk like that, and the other guy is like a Massachusetts like loudmouth. And I'm supposed to rule number 1. I'm really intense, and I talk like this, and I'll show you how to never get murdered again. And he's like teaching you self-defense. So I was supposed to be talking like this, and I come out with the peg leg, and I was talking real slow like this, because I just forgot. And everyone's like looking at me because they at the show knew my characters, and they were so confused. And then I don't remember what I did, but I had to do a change the voice because I was like, oh crap, I'm doing the wrong voice. My friend who's on the stage with me was looking at me like, what are you doing? And also that night with the peg leg, I have it on my knee, and I tuck my foot up to my butt, and I duct tape my foot to my butt under my pants. I kicked my knee like this, and the peg hit me in the face. It flopped, and it busted my mouth really hard. My lip got huge and black and blue. So that whole night was just a disaster live on stage. But I never broke character. I've only done the character. In public when I'm getting like arrested as Keith, or the TSA is grabbing me for falling out of the baggage claim and out of the ceiling, I will stay in character because I've found it helps me get out of trouble because they're like, oh, this guy's just stupid. Like, I'm like, well, yeah, I didn't know. I thought I could go up there and I was just going to see what was going on in the ceiling. And then I just keep talking about video games and stuff, and they're just like, eventually they go, oh my God, shut up, go away. And I've always gotten off the hook with the police. Like I was climbing on a bus one time, and I dragged an arcade cabinet onto a bus another time down the street, and I have headphones plugged into this arcade cabinet because it was my Walkman, and I was just bringing this thing into like awkward places that didn't fit. And the cops came because I was like in the road with this thing, like letting it fall on me. And the whole time I was like, oh, it's my Walkman. I listened to the music on it. And they're like, you can't do that. I was like, but it's that really good music. And they're like, please, sir, leave. But if they knew I was filming a bit and I broke character, I'd probably get in trouble. They'd be like, okay, screw this dude. You're like being a pain in the neck. So yes, I never broke character. I won't let myself do it.
How about, have you ever, like, say you're ordering something at Wendy's, do you ever, like, put on a character on purpose just to, like, order sillily?
It's funny you ask that because I haven't, and people have asked me that before. I think the way my personality is, I'll do it when I'm filming my video, and then when it's done, I like being I don't like attention necessarily. Like when I go dancing, for example, I kind of dance like big and weird. But often when I start dancing at a club, people will be like, whoa, check out this guy. And then I shut down. I'm like, oh, nope. I'll tone it down because I don't want people looking at me, like taking pictures. I just want to dance because I like to dance. And I want to kind of go unnoticed. So the same being said, when I'm at a place, I don't really want to be like the funny guy. I just want to kind of sit by myself. But then if the camera's on, I'll go all out. I'll do anything. I'll like climb a building, jump off a roof. I'll do it all. If a camera's going and there's a reason to do it, you get the shot, cool. Now I'm going to be quiet right after. I like to shut off when the camera's not rolling. But Ed Bassmaster, who Frankie, my dogs are growling at each other.
No.
Ed Bassmaster is the opposite. He is always doing a bit, always messing with people. Every second, we go up to the register. He's like, "Oh, how you doing?" He's not doing a voice, and the woman's like, "What?" He's like, "Oh no!" He just starts like messing with. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, let's just buy this gum. We gotta get out of the store." Ed is always trolling people 24/7. It's like it is pretty funny. He does a lot of funny stuff. So he's like that. He's like always on.
That's awesome.
I'm the opposite. I'm very like, nope, don't look at me, please. I want to like go away.
Very interesting. I see. If I had your powers, I'd be busting them out all the time for sure.
There have been times where I've embarrassed my friends like in an elevator and done something weird, or a girlfriend in a store just for like a quick moment, but I'll act weird and goofy or fart in front of people, but never really like doing a character or doing a voice just to do it. No, yeah.
Did you say you'd fart in front of people?
Oh yeah, I farted. I'll often. This is a joke we used to do. My friend Paul gets really embarrassed, so we used to get on this elevator to the grocery store in Santa Monica. We'd park in the parking garage, take the elevator up to the grocery store. So many times he'd be like, "Don't fart, don't fart, don't fart," or he would wait and he would get on the elevator and jump off, so we get stuck and had to go up without him. We wouldn't follow him. It was a way for us to trap him with other people, and then let out big farts, and then just stand there like this, like nothing happened. And Paul would be like, "Oh my god."
That's nuts. Would they react? Would they say anything?
The other person would. They heard it, and they can probably smell it. But most of the time, no one ever really did anything. So that same elevator, I rode on with Mel Gibson and my friend Tom, who. Tom has a tattoo of Mel Gibson's leg on his Mel Gibson's face on his leg, on his thigh, and he said to Mel Gibson, he goes, "I have a tattoo of you on my leg," and he goes, "I don't need to see it."
Aw,
that's what he said.
Yeah, that's pretty.
But anyways, that's my story about that elevator. And
Very cool.
I try not to be in character all the time.
That's fun. I dated a girl where whenever she'd fart, she'd feel embarrassed. So like I can always at least force one if I haven't done it in a while. So that would always be my retort. And I knew a guy in high school, whenever they got awkward or quiet, he'd fart. It'll break the tension to be like the funniest thing ever.
That's good. Farts do it. They work. Farts are so funny. Mm-hmm. And it's like this dumbest thing, but like as humans, we just like the sound of farts. I think we know it comes from the butt.
I think every culture finds it funny.
It's because we're all on the same page and we know how immature it is and it shouldn't be that funny, which then makes it funny. It's basically a poop joke really quick. And because it's so brain dead is why it's so funny.
Absolutely.
You know.
All right, I'm at the last Nathan specific question. It's just a simple one. What's the weirdest fan interaction you've ever had?
Gosh. Weirdest fan interaction. I don't know. I mean, I've met a lot of eccentric, out there people who are, you know, into nerdy stuff at conventions. But that's not weird. It's kind of expected, you know, people to be like, you know, giving you too much information about themselves or their lives or whatever. Which is like people just like to spill their guts and be honest. So I can't think of anything weird. Wait, let me think. Hang on a second. I'm trying to think. I feel like there was a situation where I went on a date with someone and they were like, "Wait, that's you?" or something. But I think.
And then it got awkward.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I feel like that's a thing, but maybe I'm just making that up. But I can't think of a good story right now. I wish I could. I always have story. You watch someone ask a question and you're like, "Oh, you wish they had a good answer." That'd be so satisfying to hear a good answer. I just don't know if I have any good answers.
Hey, if
fan interaction.
If you remember one during the rest of our activities, we can always cut it in and splice it in.
Yeah, I mean, think. I feel like a cop might have known who I am at point two when I was getting in trouble for something or getting yelled at for something. I don't know. Oh, well, I will say I was wanting, since my fiance said she never watched me, I kept thinking, all right, someone's going to recognize me when I'm with her. And it kept happening for the first 5 months of our relationship. It kept happening without her there. She'd walk away. No. It happens so many times. We're at Target and then she walks away and the guy would be like, "Hey, you're Nathan Barnatt." And they'll say my full name. And that means they really know who I am, which is rare nowadays. It's more like, "Oh, you're Keith, you're Dad, you're the dancing guy." They just say phrases like that, but not like my name and last name. And I'd be like, "Oh my God, Kitty, some guy just recognized me." And she'd be like, "Oh, that's great." And I'm like, I feel like you think I'm making this up, but she never saw it. But then finally it happened a bunch in 1 week where I was like, yes, it's happening in front of her. It's happening in front of her. And she would take the pictures at the movie theater. A guy came up to us. He was in line right in front of us showing his ticket. And then after we all went through, the guy turned around. He goes, "Hey, are you Nathan Barnatt?" And I was like, "I am." He's like, "Oh, I'm a big fan. You think I could get a picture?" And I was like, "Sure." And then Katie had to. I was like, "Yes, she knows I'm cool, finally." But she doesn't even care as a thing. She's she thinks it's great, but also isn't looking for me to be some famous guy or whatever. Because she's the opposite. She doesn't like at all being public or being known. She's not a performer like that. So it's not something she desires, which is nice. But yeah, selfishly and egotistically, I was wanting to be recognized in front of her because it's you know, this is what I do. Yeah. It means they just watch my stuff, and that's very nice to hear. So anyway,
yeah, very cool.
But no weird interactions that I can remember. I'll have to come back on sometime if I dig something up in my brain.
Yeah, you let me know, because if you have a weird interaction, it's got to be a doozy.
Yeah, and I'm I normally don't really think much of strange interactions, so yeah, if there's a weird one, I'll let you know. It's super weird.
All right, Nathan, we have 3 activities lined up. Which one would you like to do first? We have the Fantasy Creator Clash, we have the Soundbite Gauntlet, and we have the Chair Tier List.
The chair? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
From the H3 dad chair?
Yeah, that's one of the chairs.
That's funny. Okay. Let's do the Creator Clash first.
All right, let's do it. All right, give me a minute, and I'll set it up for the screen.
Okay.
Here. All right, welcome to Creator Clash 4. So I don't know what they would call it if they were to bring it back, but that's what we're going to call it here today. So I have a list of about 20 plus creators.
You should call it Creator Cash 4.
Yeah, Creator Cash.
Because creators are getting cash.
So we have a main title card, and we have 6 undercards under that. I have a list of about 20 plus or so different creators, all of which are within the H3 Keemstar universe. So the kind of theme that I was thinking we could set up here is heels versus faces, or maybe you can kind of just make up whatever kind of storyline that might happen between these people. Yeah. But let's look over the kind of list that we have here. I don't know. You want to just go one by one? I also have ChatGPT to kind of generate a bio for some of these, so we don't have to go through all of them because it might take a long time. But we'll just go through the gauntlet of who we have here. So we have Olivia, Leafy is here. You might not be familiar with all these people, so let me know and I can give you their bio and their signature
Is
move. Which
Boogie really 5'9"?
Yeah, well, that's what ChatGPT popped out.
That's got to be wrong because he looked really tall in a mud wrestling thing I saw recently.
I thought Wings was taller than him when I saw them box each other.
I feel like Boogie is about 6 feet.
Let's double check that.
Anyway, I don't mean to harp on the
No, it's a good question because ChatGPT was getting some of these wrong and I had to verify some of these things, like double check them. But, you know, we were kind of loosey-goosey.
Google, yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, Google says 5'9", so I think that's just.
And there's no way Olivia weighs 140 pounds.
She might actually.
No, she's short. No, I think she weighs like 110 to 120.
Nowadays, yeah, she has gone through some.
Is she 5'7"?
That again, that's just what ChatGPT and Google
I feel like she's shorter than that. I don't know.
Let's just assume.
So focused on the numbers.
We'll just assume the numbers are real. I definitely made some of these up just because there's no information available to us. So we'll just imagine. We'll just imagine. We'll just pretend here. This is fantasy. This is fantasy creator class.
I like that Harley is going against this small lady.
No. These are just this is just the list. Like nothing necessarily means.
Fight. Okay.
No, these aren't the fights.
The matchups.
We'll match them up together. So I'm just showing you who's available. I just put it side by side just so we can see everyone.
I see.
So,
okay.
Yeah, so let's just go through really quick what we have. We have Olivia, Leafy is here, Dan, Boogie2998, Nicholas DeOrio, Wings of Redemption, Harley Morenstein, Brantley, Dad yourself, Desiree, Idubbbz, AB, Anissa, Belle Delphine, Cameron F305, Pokimane, Papa Gut, Ludwig, PewDiePie, Charlie, Mr. Beast, Captain Quasar, Zach Lewis, Haley's Comment, and Hasan Piker. So obviously we have way more than enough to fit the 7 cards. So I'll let you decide who do you think would be the first undercard here. Who would you want to match up?
I mean, I've always wanted Belle to fight, and I was even going to say Belle. I think she should be on the face side, on the blue side.
Yeah, I
she would probably want to be on the red side because it would work better for her character to be like the naughty bad girl.
That'd be really cool, yeah.
So she would probably like being on the side she's on. I wanted her so badly to box. She got asked to box. What's her name? Emma, the girl with the dark hair and blonde hair. I would say Emma Evangelion, but that's not her name. like Neon Genesis Evangelion. It's Emma Evangeline, I think, or something. The girl from New York. She was in LA now. She was offered to box Belle, apparently, and that's what Belle told me. And
Belle said no.
Belle said no. Belle's boyfriend does like MMA and boxing.
Whoa.
So when I was there with them, we were talking to her. We're like, you would do well, and if he helped you, and you had a trainer, I think she would have done. It would have been awesome to see her box, and then her versus Amaranth would have been like the best fight ever.
The girl fights in the first Creator Clash were some of the most entertaining ones, I think.
Oh yeah, Creator Clash 1, like the Minx fight versus Haley, that was incredible.
They were like bleeding to a pulp, man. They went at it hard.
Unbelievable. I loved that match. But first matchup, I think.
Oh, really quick.
Versus someone.
I just have him on the side just so we can fit everyone in here, but we can obviously switch sides. Obviously, if we want to make Ian the heel or face, you know.
I mean, at this point now, Ian has to be a heel, and I think Anissa, right, and then AB would be a face. Yeah. A lot of these. The same thing is that most of these people are like nice people, like Pokimane and. Unless they want to play heel, that's another thing. Yeah. And is Hasan a heel now? Is he a bad boy because him and Ethan are feuding? And
you're in charge. You're in charge of the storyline here.
I don't have an opinion really on his feud with Ethan, so I'm like, I can't say who's good or bad. But as far as matchup goes, let's just match up Olivia with Belle.
Oh, cool.
I think they're similar in size.
Okay, let me just move them. 1 second here. I've never done this before. This is like the first. This is the most unique activity.
Olivia and Anissa because H3 versus the former friend, like
that'd be nuts. Olivia would dominate. Look how tall she is compared to Anissa.
Yeah.
But if that's the matchup you want, we can do that.
Let's do Belle and
All right.
Oh, it's cool. You can move it.
Bell and who?
Anissa.
All right, cool.
Oh, no. You know what? Bell versus Pokimane,
Okay.
I think. Because that's a tension grabber. Two big names. And, like, no, I think there's better pairings for the other people. So I think we do this because it's just so, like, makes sense because of their status, I think.
Okay, and we'll put Pokimane as the face.
Yeah. Bell would probably want to play the bad girl.
All right, we got our first matchup.
I think the next one is Dad versus Idubbbz. Because that's what I want at the moment right now.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Idubbbz doesn't like the box.
And I think he's 6'1".
All right, we'll
Not
fix
that it really matters.
How accurate was yours?
So the thing, the honest truth is, when I put my shoes on, I'm then 6 feet tall. I am mathematically 5'11" and 3/4. But it sounds like I'm grasping for every millimeter I can get when I say that. People are like, oh, you're 5'11" and 3/4. You want you just say 5'11". But I think, well, I'm closer to 6 than I am to 5'11". So I don't want to round down on myself. So I just say 6 feet with my shoes on, which is true. So I don't think I'm lying. But yes, to be honest, that is the full truth. And I think Ian, when I stand next to him, he's a tiny bit taller than me. So I think with his shoes on, he's 6 feet. Maybe when he doesn't have shoes on, he's 6.
Perfect.
That's
what a
just
matchup.
my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong.
And that's very modest of yourself, not putting you as the title fight, I gotta say.
I mean, I don't really care about that. I think Bell and Pokimane would get way more attention.
All right, Dad, who we got lined up next?
I mean, I think you'd have to do PewDiePie versus another big, like Mr. Beast, like the two biggest YouTubers in history.
Oh yeah, the old school versus new
Right?
school. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, Mr. Beast is only 27.
It blew my mind too. He's a year younger than me, and he's accomplished more than I have. More than 10 of me will.
PewDiePie, I've noticed this. He's like the same size as me as well. If he's 5'11", 165. My ideal boxing weight is 168. So that's another reason why Idubbbz and I are a good match. Because we're like the same weight.
I'm assuming in this case, PewDiePie is going to be the face.
Yes, because Mr. Beast is like corporate YouTube channel.
Yeah, he
now,
does.
In my opinion,
He gives some villainous energy for sure.
100%. Yeah, he has like that Elon Musk, like robot man, Mark Zuckerberg energy.
27.
I can't believe PewDiePie's only 35.
Yeah,
I feel like he should be 40.
Oh, he must have blown up super young.
Yeah, no, for sure. He's probably like 20.
It's interesting.
Right?
His rise, because it was a perfect circumstances of algorithms that helped him rise. Oh, what the heck happened there?
Also, Belle, I know she is 25, which is crazy because I feel like she's been around for so long, too.
Yeah.
And she's still only 25? It means she must have started doing that stuff at 18.
Oh, yeah.
And now it's been only 7 years, but it feels like longer.
All right, we got
time goes quick.
We have 3 undercards,
Three
and the
more?
main fight to still fill in.
So we got 4 more.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to do Hasan and Ethan, right?
Ethan won't be fighting.
He's
And
not fighting. Okay.
Keemstar, they're like the general managers. Like,
I see. Yeah, they're like the,
Teddy Long and Vince McMahon.
Yeah, it makes sense. All right. Well, I think you do Hasan versus Harley.
That's cool.
Because they're both big dudes. Hasan is a tall guy. They're like probably the same. Yeah, they look like they are 6'4".
All right, let's do it. I would love to see that. That'd be, dude. I'm salivating at the thought.
This would be awesome. This would be awesome. And I think Hasan could do well. He's a really fit guy, but he has no interest in boxing as far as I've heard, unfortunately.
All right, I'm not going to ask. We're putting him as the heel.
Yeah. Harley's such a chill guy. That's his like slogan, you know. He is a chill guy. And Hasan kind of gets worked up, so I think it makes more sense for him to be the bad guy. He talks more trash.
Yeah.
Harley talks trash too, but it's like fun and funny. So like,
He's hilarious.
It comes across different. Harley is quick too. He's a really witty guy. I find myself, there was times at Criticash when he'd have responses, I'm like, dang, he's like really killing it. And my whole thing is like planned character work. So, I can be interesting as well, but I just like am envious of how quick-witted Harley can be.
Yeah, I've always
effortlessly funny.
Yeah, I've always wanted to. I always envy people like that because I'm like, I think to myself, I gotta take an improv class because I cannot think of jokes like on the fly like that, like they can.
The only time I'm like that is when I'm really relaxed, like around my girlfriend or my fiance, I should say, and I'll just like crack. She'll say something, I'll be like, boom, and I'm not thinking, and that's why it comes out. But when I'm on performance mode on a stage, like when we did the live press conferences for Curta Clash, I'd find myself thinking like, okay, what can I say? What can I say? What can I say? And it's just I think when you're relaxed, it works, and I think that's why Harley is so good at it because he's always relaxed.
Yeah. All right. Who we got next up, Dad? Who do you want to see?
3 more.
Yes, we have 2 undercards in the main fight.
Who is that Quasar guy? I don't know anything about him.
He's actually my editor. I just wanted to put him.
Oh, that's funny. I was like, who is this person?
He's 42. He's 5 feet and he's 269 pounds.
This is all incorrect, I'm guessing, right?
How would you know?
5 feet and 269. He'd be wider than he is tall. I think.
And same for Haley's comment. She's also in the orbit.
Okay,
and I fucked with her stats too.
That's funny. 6'1", 120. All right, Charlie. Who we got? Charlie, Ludwig, Papa Gut. Who I've learned who Papa Gut is this year. He seems like I love Papa Gut. He's a nice guy. Who's Cameron?
He replaced Idubbbz. He makes content cops now.
No, he doesn't. Someone does content cop?
He does.
Really? How long have they been doing this?
The first one was on Idubbbz, and it came out like 3 months ago. It was really good.
So he started it this year. He's like, I'm taking over content cop. It's my thing now. It's his thing now. I had no idea. That's funny. Okay. All right. And then we got Brantley and Desiree. They are dating the guys in Lolcow, right?
Yep. Wait, Brantley's Keepstar, and Desiree is Boogie.
And they're both 22.
Yeah. I was surprised, like, if the internet is correct.
Yeah,
both 22.
I knew that the one who is engaged to Boogie, I knew she was young because I heard about that recently when someone said they got engaged and he's like double her age, I think. Or no, he's 50 something. Isn't he 51?
Yeah, it's the stat says 51 right there.
I mean, hey, love is love, and you meet the right person.
If it works, it works. I'm not gonna judge.
You're gonna judge. I'm older than my fiance, but I don't know. You got to find who matches with you, and that's great that they did. I just didn't know both of them were 22. Wow. Well, okay, so we got Boogie, and then Leafy. Who's Leafy?
Leafy, he is an old school YouTuber. He used to like harass people. He got banned for making too many videos on Pokimane.
Oh my god. Oh, that was basically harassing. Did he get the hate raid on her or whatever?
I forget specifically what he did, but he just made too many videos, and that's just kind of been his thing for a long time.
Let's get him versus Nicholas.
Okay.
Similar age, similar height.
Cool.
That works.
Yeah. Similar weights.
You know who else is funny? He's funny too, that Nicholas guy. He'll say stuff in his videos too. Just like, I saw something the other day. I was watching something. He was talking about something. And he's just fast with like his jokes that he's saying. And and then he's already on to another one, like right a second after. I was like, well, geez, this guy is just quick.
His work ethic's really impressive because from what I've heard, he has a 95. And he streams at night.
He said that to me.
How do you have the energy to do that?
I know. He is good. I guess because he's young and he's just like ready to go. He said something the other day that was funny where he goes, and I know this because I'm having a conversation with Anissa in my mind using witchcraft. And it was so funny. It just kind of came out and I think it was so funny. And then he just on to something else. I was like, that's just a random little line that I liked. Anyway. All right, then we got Anissa, Zach. Who do we have left for girls? Anyone?
We have Anissa, Brantley, Desiree, and Olivia.
I think it has to be Olivia versus Anissa.
Ooh, what a fight.
And then
that would drive the internet crazy.
For sure. We have another pairing we could do with the two Keem and Boogie's girls. because they're both 22 could be interesting, and they're on like the same universe, so that would be good for the lol cow universe. But I'm trying to think, like, we only have space for, like, they're not as known, I guess, because they're kind of like, do they host any of those shows on lol cow?
I don't think so. I'm not too familiar with the universe. I just see the clips
Yeah.
that they feature on H3 sometimes.
I'm literally getting
everything's fantastic. Everything I see from them seems fantastic.
It's a fun little world. At first, I'm involved now, and I was like, "What's going on over here? This is interesting for sure." And it's confusing because there's so many people. But I'm getting caught up. Literally today was a big catch up. My co-host Xylee basically just gave me the lowdown on Boogie's like cancer thing, his canceling, and now his redemption. And I didn't know the whole story, so she's literally like walking me through all of lol cow, and it's kind of fun.
Kylie,
we're live every morning at 6 a.m. California time. I wake up at 5:30 to do this show.
Oh,
and
nice.
It's 8 to 11 East Coast time every morning on the Reaper channel. So if anyone wants to watch, it's fun, and it's me basically thinking like, okay, what am I doing in this world? But now I'm kind of coming around to it. I actually like it. I just didn't want to get pulled into like drama, you know. I didn't want to like get into negative stuff, but I'm realizing it's not like that.
I have one interaction with Kylie. She does a show called Lol Cow Reaper. Is that right?
That's the show I'm on.
That's the show? I've seen.
Yeah.
She reacted to one of my podcasts featuring Bull Blacks, and then I asked her in the comments. I'm like, "Hey, I'm glad you enjoyed the video. Could you put my video in the description?" And the comment either just got filtered out or it didn't, or she deleted it. One of the two.
Oh,
damn, I wish she
bummer.
would have seen that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if it ever happens again, I will 100% give you credit now that I'm on the show.
Oh, thank you, Dad. Thank you, Nathan. It's so easy to call you Dad.
I know it's easy. It just rolls off the tongue.
I'm down to put Olivia and Anissa as the title card fight, to be honest with you.
Yeah, me too. I mean, that would be a big one.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, one last one here. Oh, you want to put the Brantley and
No,
Desiree?
I don't think we want to put them in. I was just saying that would be a good pairing. And Wings and Boogie, we've already seen them. Public, I'm trying to, what do we got? Ludwig, Charlie, Zach. Who's at the very top again?
Dan.
Okay, what if we do, go down one more time. And then we got AB. AB doesn't want to box anymore, so I'll give him a break. I honestly think it would get so much attention, Ludwig and Charlie.
Oh, shit.
Right?
That would be crazy, yeah.
They're such big names. If for the sake of views, let's put them in there.
Okay, who would you want as the heel and who would you want as the face?
Charlie would probably be okay with playing the heel because he loves wrestling.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Boom.
There's so many reasons and motivations to like put a pairing together. I think you just got to get clicks sometimes and then do more unique storylines with other people. And real storylines, real feuds with some people.
You know what? I forgot the blue text. We're just going to leave it red.
Oh, that's not good. They can be two bad guys.
Yeah.
They'll both play heel.
Does that happen a lot in WWE where there's two,
two
heels?
There's two faces versus two heels versus two heels. Like they do that. They do it a lot. They often, because sometimes people aren't a heel or a face. They're just kind of like neutral. So you
awesome.
get all kinds of pairings.
Let's review our matchups. Our first fight: Pokemade versus Belle Delphine.
That'll get you to show up on time. Sure.
Oh my god!
Right?
Yeah. Up next we have Dad versus Idubbbz.
No bathroom break yet because that's a real feud that's going on at the moment.
No one's gonna leave the seats at any point.
And then you're thinking, all right, that was a crazy 22-second match. I gotta go to the bathroom now. We're 2 into it. Nope, I can't. The two biggest people on the entire platform, the biggest YouTubers in history, are about to fight. I guess I'm staying. Okay.
Dude, and next is Hasan Piker versus Harley.
Another big one. Two legends, two very large men. These are this is the heavyweight fight. Can't leave just yet. Nope.
Next one's the bathroom break.
Next one, yeah, we'll give them the bathroom break. and maybe they'd lean into that too, and they'd accept that they're the bathroom break fight. That's the way to sell it, honestly, the bathroom break fight. And now you kind of want to watch it because it gives it some character.
Yeah.
And also they do say like that's the sleeper. You never know. This the ones you don't expect, like Michael Reeves versus Graham Stephan. Nobody thought that was going to be a good fight because it's like, you know, these two guys that don't seem like they would want to box. Well, Michael Stevens is a psychopath and he murdered Graham Stevens. So
I felt bad for Graham. He looked so sad the whole fight.
Yeah, same here. I felt bad. I thought he was going to win too. I didn't know Michael Reeves was a psychopath. No one knew that.
Right.
So, yeah.
All right.
And then,
after that,
2 more huge juggernauts in the YouTube online world. Ludwig versus Charlie. Have to watch that for sure. 100%. And the main event. The angel versus the demon. I mean, I'm just kidding. I don't really feel that. I don't have any towards Anissa. Truly, I don't. But if for these purposes, she's playing the villain because she's the one that crashed. Had a part in harming Creator Clash, so she has to at this point take the negative role. And Olivia has done no harm ever, so she's going to be the face. I think This is a blockbuster card.
Dude, the internet would break if half of these fights happened.
Yeah.
Cool.
The problem is no influencer ever really wants to box, so it's impossible to get people to do it.
Right. All right, that's Creator Clash 4. Thank you, Dad. That was way more fun than I was expecting. Cool.
Yeah, that was awesome.
All right, so one thing I like to do on the show is when I have someone in the H3Y universe famous for their sound bites, I like to see if we can generate a few more. So
wait, did they actually use, because I thought I heard that one time. Did they use me when I said AB 12,000 times?
Yeah, they do all the time. Whenever AB talks, they play your soundbite.
I did not know that. That's pretty funny. You know, that's interesting. Because this is very interesting. I'll break this news here. An upcoming video that I wanted to do, because I did Matt Watson. Matt Watson, when I fought him, Dad said Matt Watson 10,000 times on a live stream. I just sat there and said Matt Watson, Matt Watson, Matt Watson. And then I was like, well, I'll do it again for AB. Dad's a robot. He's crazy. So I said AB, 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 AB. And now I'm thinking, since I want to fight Ian, I was like, I should do another live stream soon as Dad on the Dad channel and just say Idubbbz, 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 Idubbbz.
We might have to spoil that stream because that's one of the ones I wanted you to do today.
That's super funny because I was going to say it 21,500 times, which is the capacity of the Amelie Arena where Creator Clash 3 was supposed to happen.
Whoa.
So in honor of the people who didn't get to go, I'll say it for every one of you. I'm going to say Idubbbz to try to egg him on and harass him a little bit and some friendly trolling to see if I can get his attention to finally say yes to me. So yeah, maybe I do a little warm up with you and I just say Idubbbz a ton of times.
Yeah, enough for them to play like a fun soundbite whenever they talk about him. So yeah, I have generated a list of fun soundbites I'd like you to say. Not all of them are going to be named. Some of them are just going to be like very popular soundbites within the H3Y universe. I think it would be fun to hear in your dad voice. So let's go through the gauntlet and see what we got here. So here's just some famous crew soundbites. So if you could say these, I think it'd be really cool to try to get them played on the show.
Okay. Just say them however I think. Just read it and say it.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see if I'll hold the mic. Does this sound too loud? Is this good if I talk here? Is it?
That sounds good.
Okay. Yeah. I'm thinking of. I'm thinking too much of my preparation on these. I want to smell feet.
That was really good.
Okay, I'm gonna give you clean lines on all of them now. Okay. Ready? I want to smell feet. I got my prostate milked by Ethan Klein, H3. Daniel.
Oh, I know it says 4 times, but when I have 4 times, I mean like how you do it with AB. You did it a bunch of times. I think that'd be necessary. Yeah, sorry.
So is it Olivia or Olive?
I think Olive, since it's 2 syllables. I'd prefer Olivia, but I think Olive.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Olive would sound better.
Okay, so these I'll just do that same way. Daniel. I feel like the length is necessary for those types of things, so they can cut it off whenever they need.
Yeah.
Olive. Oh, here, I'll do that one.
Can you pronounce it olive?
Olive, okay.
Yeah.
Olive. Damor. Morgan.
All right, that's awesome. That's awesome. All right, we have a few more slides here. These are Idubbbz specific sound bites. I'd love to hear in your own dad voice.
Oh, so I should be doing the dad voice.
Whatever voice
really
you think it sounds the best.
Okay. This is not what podcasts are. It's horrible. Idubbbz.
Awesome.
That's a good warm-up. I think I can say that now. You've helped me do a little practice on if I can do that for my stream.
We're very fortunate. Idubbbz is 2 syllables like AB, so it just kind of rolls off the tongue.
I was talking to my friend about this, and I was like, should I say Idubbbz or Ian? Because Ian would be so much easier, and it's kind of fun when it starts to sound like another thing. So if I said Ian, it'd be like Ian, and it becomes like another sound, which is fun. So that was like, should I do that? And he was like, no, you got to do Idubbbz. It's like the known name. It's like more understandable too.
Definitely.
So.
Because if it's Ian, it could be like any Ian.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So this, I'll just kind of go figure them out as I say it, I guess. The Hannah we know. Oh wait, no, that'd be the Hannah we know. I guess you could articulate that.
I'll try to restate how it sounds on the show. The Hannah we know.
Yeah, like our Hannah, basically. Okay. The Hannah we know? Here's my thing. I like a pretty penis.
And do you know what the Keemstar rim shot is? If not, I'll send it over
to you. Okay. No.
That's the one that's probably will guarantee to be played if it comes out good. So let me send that audio file to you. 1 second.
Okay. Okay, here we go. Ba-da-da-da-da-da.
All right, perfect. Very good, very good. I think this is the last one here. So we have some Hasan Orbit sound bites.
So should I do the same, like repetitious for these?
Yeah. So the first one is its own, and the other 3 are people's names.
Okay. Keep playing it.
Oh, the internet cut out for that one.
Sorry. Yeah. My internet stinks. I apologize.
Let's try again.
Keep playing it. Hasan. Denims. Frogan.
That's awesome. I think that's it. There we go. Thanks so much, Nathan. That was great.
My pleasure.
All right, then. Welcome to the chair tier list. Let's go over our lovely categories here today. We have Give Me That Chair for My Bun Buns. Next, we have Okay for a Few Hours. Under that, we have Meh. And the favorite tier on the Alex Fiction channel, Love Sabra. So it's obviously it's like A to F right here. So we're just going to go through one by one. You let me know your opinions on these chairs. So the first chair we have is the typical bar stool. What do you think about a bar stool?
I don't love bar stools. I do like that there is a cushion, which is better than I don't like tall chairs where your feet don't touch the ground. But as long as there's rungs, that's okay. I can do it a little bit. I'm gonna give that meh. Let's put that with meh because it's not the worst, but it's not like enjoyable for me. Park bench, okay for a few hours. Totally, I'm down with a park bench. Easy. Nice. I think Give Me That Chair for My Bun Buns for the beanbag. I love beanbag chairs. This looks good. This is a Star Trek chair, maybe?
Yeah, the Star Trek captain's chair.
It is. Oh, I can't believe I knew that. I could get comfortable in that. I don't know if I'd... it's not like ultimate, because I like a chaise lounge couch type thing, so we'll put that with okay for a few hours.
Cool. Up next, the iconic, the dad chair.
I will say, a lot of effort went into making this chair. Like,
you know,
good amount.
Credit to yourself. When Ethan tried to destroy it, it just bounced off the table. It didn't break at all.
Because it's made with dad duct tape. It was durable as heck. And also, it came with his favorite Pepsi, or Coke Zero, I should say, or whatever it is, whatever the soda was that you can't really find. That was a deep cut H3 thing as well.
Right.
Yoda told me about that, so we threw that in there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, Yoda knows the lore. I thought this was a beautiful work of art, honestly. So, we're putting that. Give me that chair for my fun ones. It deserves. That's a god tier chair.
Very good. Very good.
These chairs are a pain in the neck. I've sat in these like set
director's chair.
I hate them because your feet don't have anywhere to stay. The thing is,
they look terrible, and they're way too tall.
Yeah, and you can't lean back. The canvas is always folded over in the back, so there's no support. And your feet, the thing breaks all the time that you put your feet on. So we're putting that at Love's Sabra. That is
okay, very cool.
100%. These plastic school chairs, we're gonna put that negative tier to Sabra.
The steel chair.
I'm gonna put that with okay for a few hours because I have spent a few hours in those at wrestling shows, and they're also great weapons for a wrestling match.
Absolutely.
So, Game of Thrones chair, a show I never watched until like 2022, and I watched every episode in a matter of like weeks.
Cool.
From season 1 to 8, so I have some nostalgia and like sentimentality attached to that chair, even though I would have no desire to sit in it. So we're gonna put in okay for a few hours.
Right on.
I'm emotionally connected.
We've got the Lazy Boy.
Lazy Boys I like, but I don't love them. Is that a leather one also? Which I can't. Does it make a difference? Should I not judge this on its material? Be like a fabric one.
Just in general, the style of chair.
I don't love those because there's like mechanical parts involved, and the arm always stops working. I don't really like the cup holder type thing in a chair. That it's messy. I just don't love it. I think this is a Sabra one for me. I just don't like these chairs. Yeah, it is
strong
comfortable.
opinions.
I know it. Toilet, give me that chair for my buns. I've had some of my best ideas on the toilet. I do all my homework.
They're surprisingly comfortable.
Toilets are great. I'm on the toilet a lot, and even when I'm done, I just keep hanging out there. So, gamer chairs, I do not love. Both of these are going in Sabra.
Yeah, I mean, I love the idea. I have a gamer chair myself. They're the worst chairs. There's something about them just destroys your back.
Yeah. I have one that glows and lights up, and it makes my thighs and my butt sweat so bad. It's like it's not breathable in material, and it lights up and looks awesome. It's just a bad chair. It's always like the arms are falling off all the time. You have to tighten it up all the time. Don't like it. And then what is this? A future time travel chair?
It's the Asgardian chair from the Marvel universe.
Oh, is that where you sit there and you have all the stones or whatever?
To be honest, I looked up a list of iconic chairs, and this was one of them. I thought, oh, maybe people might recognize it. Clearly not. But I'll just put that one in Love Sabra. It's just so.
I was gonna say, I'll put that in okay for a few hours because maybe it'll give me some powers or something. I'll try it out.
Why not? Let's give it a shot.
And A for effort and the design, you know.
Absolutely. All right, that's the chair tier list. Thank you so much, Nathan.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, let me full screen, and then how about you give us a quick plug before we close out here?
All right, cool.
All right, Nathan, thank you very much for spending time with me today. What would you like to plug?
Oh, geez. Well, I'll say watch the actual Dad channel if you don't mind. My Nathan channel, a lot of people think that's Dad, but Dad is a character. Yeah, I just put out a new music video on the Dad channel. Dad Feels, Feels is the full name of the channel, but I think it comes up if you search Dad. I put a new music video out that I'm pretty proud of. I've been making some new music as Dad, and there's a storyline going on the Dad channel with a side character called Man. It's a whole side series that I really enjoy making. That's where I put my fun creative stuff. The Nathan channel, You can also check that out too, Nathan Barnatt. That's kind of where I've been like talking my trash about the Idubbbz. So yeah, check out anything. I live stream on Twitch and YouTube throughout the week, and that's pretty much it. Oh, and I'm on Lolcow Reaper now on Monday through Friday mornings, 2 hours a day. So if you want to check that out, come learn about their insane universe with me, because they're catching me up to speed. That's pretty much everything going on in my life. So yeah.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.